as for many people living with dementia, family support, plays an important role in helping people live well. Can you speak more about this and what can family members do to help their loved ones live well with dementia? So perhaps on your side, Mary Beth, can you share your insights on the importance of family support and how family can best help their loved ones navigate this journey?
Well, I think it's a struggle um, for any family because all of a sudden we're into these very difficult discussions that we've never had
Yes.
before. So imagine
Yes.
us sitting around the coffee table and we're saying, okay, how can we help you?
Yes.
And this is really where, for me, I have to be more humble. I
Yeah.
have to be willing to accept what someone else wants to provide and would be helpful. Um, and and we have to guide those conversations,
Of
whether
course.
that be the family that's living with dementia or the family partners, and we have to guide it to. There's many different ways we can help. We can do simple things like just I can pick Mary and Beth up every Tuesday at 10 o'clock and
Mm,
take her out for lunch. Would that be helpful to you? Yes, that would be. And the care partner also has to be able to say, yes, it would be helpful. So very specific things versus
mm,
I can help, but actually get to the point of something very specific. I can come over and cut your grass for you because Mary Beth does that now. Maybe she doesn't want to
yes.
do it and she wants to play with the grandchildren. So that very specific thing of cutting the grass, all of a sudden it gets on a list.
Yes.
And your list grows as people understand they can help. It's not just about quote unquote taking care of me,
Of
it's
course.
about our whole life. How
Yes.
can you assist with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you
This is
think,
such
No,
Beth?
a oh, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
sorry. I was just going to add, I think we also need to recognize that we as individuals will change over time. And
Of
that's no
course.
different for people living with dementia. And so, as family members, we need to be consistently checking in and asking what's most helpful for you. What can I do? What do we need? Who else could we lean on to, to get you that support? Or what do you want to do next? I think that's also an important question. What else can
Of course.
you do that maybe helps you experience joy, growth, and all of those important things? I think the other thing that family members need to talk about is what is acceptable risk. Because family
Mm,
members are very well intentioned, and because we care so much, we want to, wrap everybody up with bubble wrap, and that's not
yes.
life.
Yeah.
And so we need to have conversations about what the person living with dementia wants to still do and need and support, and what we're most comfortable. And I'm going to wear the hat as a family care
Of
partner.
course. Of course. Of
I know
course.
Mary Beth and Dawn have these conversations regularly,
Yep.
and I think that's something that family members and people living with dementia need to do as well.
Of course. Of course. Those are very important points. Family support is truly invaluable for those living with dementia. It sounds like, just to short and not shorten, but just to reiterate what you've mentioned in terms of support, checking in, be specific, make sure they are comfortable. I think that will boil down to communication, having that open
Mhm.
communication with the family member and with someone living with dementia. And I think just to add, patience is also a key.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned as well also earlier, Jessica, I remember creating that supportive environment. It's another key important thing for us in supporting living well with the dementia.
Great
Yeah.
summary, Lorraine. I'm just going to say these conversations aren't going to be easy. And, our first gut reaction sometimes is to avoid them, but it's
Yeah.
it's when we have them, as
Yeah.
difficult and messy as they can be, that's when we can truly live well, everybody, the person
Yes,
living with dementia, the family care partners, and we can get down to what is most helpful for each
for
family
them.
and each
Of
individual.
course. Of
And,
course.
and I think the other thing with that conversation that you're having, everybody's coming to the table with different experience of life
Yeah.
experiences. Some may have already experienced dementia, other people maybe not.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so the emotions are going to be all over the place.
Of course.
Some might be very scared of the diagnosis and they're in total denial. Mary Beth can't have dementia. Look how well she speaks. There's no way she can have dementia. She's too young to have dementia. All of those things that we had talked about earlier, I may have a family member saying that to me during these conversations. And so it's being aware of that and trying to work through these different emotions. And the family is not necessarily a blood family. It's who you choose to be with.
Mm.
Yes. Yes.